Hi everyone, it's Norman Kochnick here for Eyes on Cricket with Norman Kochnick. Yes, it's game 36 and also a preview for game 37, which is later today. Today is the proverbial double header that is, between Delhi Capitals, which they're flying high. If they win today, they're pretty much through to the semi-finals for sure. So Delhi Capitals versus Rajasthan Royals. Starts in just under an hour. Game 36 in Abu Dhabi. And with game 37 being the game between two teams which probably are struggling a little bit overall, I would argue. And that is Sunrisers Hyderabad versus Punjab Kings. So the Abu Dhabi game between Delhi Capitals and Rajasthan Royals has been played earlier, and the game following is not in Abu Dhabi, it's actually in Sharjah between Sunrisers Hyderabad and Punjab Kings. Realistically, Sunrisers Hyderabad are gone, Punjab Kings are virtually gone. In the Delhi Capitals game, Delhi Capitals are flying high. Rajasthan Royals are, well, they're currently in fourth spot. No, actually not fourth spot, KKR are in fourth spot, but they are very close to, let's look where they are on the table. They're doing very well. Let me have a look at the table. Here we go. The table. Here we go. Yeah. So Delhi Capitals are actually second at the moment, equal first, and then you've got Rajasthan Royals on equal fourth, with Mumbai Indians and Kolkata Knight Riders. On percentages, Kolkata Knight Riders are actually fourth. Rajasthan Royals are fifth, and Mumbai Indians are sixth. Punjab Kings today, if they win, it'll certainly take them into the same group as we've just mentioned. But Rajasthan Royals have this game up this sleeve. If they win today, they could go to. They could, in fact, they could even go to third. Interesting. Rajasthan Royals win, they could go into third spot, equal with Royal Challengers Bengal. That's quite a big move for Rajasthan Royals. So it's pretty significant for them. I mean, obviously, Delhi Capitals is also very significant to them as well. They'll go on to 16 points, and that'll probably see them make the semi-finals without any doubt. This looks like man forgot to say again. No, I've been rested up very. I've been over-rested. It's probably what my problem is. I'm over-rested. Been sleeping too much, actually, not the opposite. So that's what my situation is. Yeah, that's Diptomea Behera, unusual name. Geeta Padak, hello. Harsh Gupta, you're back again. Mantesh Miss was also here. So yeah, this is an interesting situation. So go through the 8 one more time for you. Number one is Chennai Super Kings on 14 points with Delhi Capitals on 14 points. So Chennai Super Kings have got a slightly better net run rate. Of course, that's why they're first. Third is Royal Challengers Bangalore. But as I said, if Rajasthan Royals wins today, they will actually go into that third spot, which is interesting. And they'll actually push out Kolkata Knight Riders, put them into a distinct. The top four will be distinctly Rajasthan Royals are in. So quite a significant match for the Rajasthan Royals, indeed. So currently CSK, DC, RCB, KKR, then Rajasthan Royals, Mumbai Indians, Punjab Kings, and Sunrisers Hyderabad. Yeah, so the Sunrisers Hyderabad with Punjab Kings game are the bottom two of the table at this stage. So we'll do a joint preview of both games. Obviously, the first game up is within less than an hour, as I said earlier, and I'll just go through that. That's the situation there. Yeah, Delhi Capitals, Rajasthan Royals playing at Abu Dhabi. The 36th match. Now, don't forget, overall there are 60 matches, so there's still 24 beyond this point. So after today, we'll be down to 23 matches left. And then I think there's a doubleheader tomorrow. I'm not wrong. Let's have a look here. Yeah, tomorrow there's also a doubleheader. CSK versus KKR at Abu Dhabi, and in Dubai, RCB play Mumbai Indians, which is a very important match. In fact, both of those games are important, and that'll bring us up to 39 matches. So there'll be another 21 to go, with 4 being the final. So it's significant. So we'll be getting some information there again too. Rajasthan Royals are going to win. If they do, it'll be very important for them. Any chance that MI won't qualify for this time, Mumbai Indians are in a very doubtful situation. I thought virtually in all of their matches. It's already Chennai's forgotten about others. Okay. That's a confident thought about CSK winning. We've got Delhi Capitals. I'll tell you, that'll be hard to beat. Which teams do you think will make it to the top four? Well, I've maintained from the start that Delhi Capitals will be there and CSK. I think RCB will be too. They're a bit wobbly at the moment, but I think they will be there. And then the fourth side is the one that's up in the air. It could be Kolkata Knight Riders, it could be Rajasthan Royals, it could be Mumbai Indians. Mumbai Indians is looking less and less likely the way they're going at the moment. So my original four was Delhi Capitals, CSK, RCB, and the fourth team is the doubtful one. Where KKR certainly are in contention. So will Rajasthan Royals and Mumbai Indians. Punjab Kings and Hyderabad are virtually gone. Did I watch the whole match yesterday? Of course I did. It was amazing. They're all amazing. Every game is amazing. Dhoni, he's not playing today. He's playing tomorrow. So the Sunrise Hyderabad, sorry, I have to almost forget them. The match coming up a bit later is Delhi Capitals versus KKR. That's pretty important. Don't spam. Okay, please don't spam, guys. It's not very nice when you spam. Okay, so that's the situation. The toss will be in about 22 minutes' time between Delhi Capitals and Rajasthan Royals. The Delhi Capitals, the Delhi DC Dolly, I think it's called. That's probably happening sometime soon, if it hasn't already happened. And don't forget, I predicted in that game. I predicted a few wins. I predicted, first of all, Warner would get out for a third ball duck. I predicted that KKR would win, and I predicted that CSK would win. Although I didn't exactly go for those teams, but that's the way the cookie crumbled, unfortunately. Fortunately or unfortunately? Fortunately for the teams, let's be honest. Very, very hard, guys, to actually commentate on 60 matches of an IPL. It's a lot of effort. I do have people coming on and joining me, but it's not as easy as just getting people all the time. Guests would stay. Terence Aldrin will. A lot of the contingent are my Indian counterparts, and I'm hoping that the rugby league is where the problem is. There's a lot of rugby league interest, as you probably know. My Sasni Rabbitohs won yesterday, and they're through to the grand final next Sunday, October 3rd. And just a matter of minutes ago, the other grand finalist has been confirmed. The Penrith Panthers, Penrith is a suburb of Western Sydney, defeated Melbourne, which is a city in Australia. And that means South Sydney Rabbitohs will play the Penrith Panthers for the 2021 grand final next week, October the 3rd. I may do a live. I'm very excited. Yeah, the matches do finish late today. I'm doing a preview of both at this stage. I may come on between. We'll see how things go. But yeah, Sanju Samson was there for Rajasthan Royals, yes. And Delhi Capitals obviously has a gun side. Dhoni, as a mentor, what's your thoughts on that? Guru Dutta Acharya, I think it's a good thing. It can only be a good thing for the World Cup, that is, of course. Sams wasn't that good in international cricket. I wish he opens for India. Well, he's done everything he can. He just isn't. There are too many good players at the moment. It is a real battle to get anywhere near a top side there. Let's be honest. Yeah, so Delhi Capitals, Rajasthan Royals. Initially, you have to say Delhi Capitals will be favourites. They played very well the other night, and they absolutely smashed Sunrisers Hyderabad, if I'm not wrong. And then the next match, Sunrisers Hyderabad versus Punjab Kings. Well, it's really anyone's. You'd have to think Punjab Kings will be the favourite for that. And how many runs will Warner get? Well, it's in Sharjah. It's more a batting surface. Well, you'd hope he'd get more runs. You really would hope he'd get more runs. Because he didn't get many runs last time, that's for sure. But yeah, the Delhi Capitals have an incredible side, very balanced. The bowlers they had were Norjay and Rabada bowling 150 clicks, as we call it. Stoinis will probably not beat him today. He injured his hamstring, I believe. He was going to option in Australia. would be epic if the players from UK come back on their series against Pakistan. It's cancelled. Doesn't look like it. So win toss to bat first at Abu Dhabi. I would agree with that. I would agree with that. Sheree, how are you, Sheree? Rowan or Dhoni? Well, Rowan in form is probably better than Dhoni currently in form. But Dhoni, his record is amazing. Is Norge selected for Australian T20 World Cup squad? Oh, I'm pretty sure. I'm sure he is. What's the cause of sandstorms? How yesterday witnessed mine first time? Well, sandstorms is just purely a sand-based ground. And if any strong winds occur, well, then clearly you're going to have a storm, a wind-based storm that brings up sand. That's simple as that. As opposed to there's no rain in the air, there's no precipitation to hold the sand down, and when a wind blows of any nature, it's storm-like conditions, like strong winds, it'll whip the sand up, and that's pretty much what it is. So it's unique to places like that. It's not unique to places where there are beaches, put it that way. Very, very common. So we'll quickly look at both games. We'll first work on the Delhi Capitals Rajasthan Royals game. Obviously, with the toss being made, we'll look at the sides. Sunrise Hyderabad, oh my God, they're in a bit of a mess. Warner played awfully in the previous match. Punjab Kings have a lot to prove for themselves. They haven't played many games. And with the West Indian contingent, the obviously Chris Gale, he didn't play last time, I don't think. He should play this time, though, I would imagine. So looking at some of the games that are coming up, chance of Super Over on Super Saturday, why not? Who won the T20 World? Who's going to win the T20 World Cup? It's going to be India, England, West Indies, and either maybe New Zealand or Pakistan as the fourth side. South Africa, I don't think so, even though they've got some bowlers, got very ordinary batsmen. Australia hasn't played together, so I've got no confidence about them at all. Sri Lanka and Bangladesh, although Bangladesh has played pretty well of late, won't be going any further. Sri Lanka certainly won't. The rest are just making up numbers. No problems at all. Yeah, I'm pretty sure that they're not going to be chasing. I missed Australia. I didn't miss Australia. I just said they will not make the top four. Because of current form, they couldn't beat West Indies or Bangladesh. Whether or not was the best team or not doesn't matter. And the cohesion, the teamwork just isn't there. So I've got a very low opinion in that situation indeed. So it's currently, what time is it in India? It's about, the game starts at 3:30 Indian time, which is now, 2:44 Indian time. We'll have the toss probably the next, 15 minutes. So we've got Delhi Capitals, Rajasthan Royals now. We've got Sunrisers, Hyderabad, and Punjab Kings following about 4.75 hours away. And then tomorrow we've got Chennai Super Kings versus KKR, again at Abu Dhabi. And then after that, you've got RCB versus Mumbai Indians in Dubai. Then we have a game on Tuesday, and then we're back to one per night, or one per day. Then we go back to Sunrise Hyderabad, yet again are on. They're playing Rajasthan Royals, so good for Rajasthan Royals. Sunrise Hyderabad, more good. Then a pretty big one for Kolkata Knight Riders. They play Delhi Capitals. And then Mumbai Indians play Punjab Kings, which is important for Mumbai Indians. And then Rajasthan Royals play RCB. And then Sunrise Hyderabad play CSK, which they would be looking forward to that. And then KKR play Punjab Kings, important for KKR. Mumbai versus Delhi Capitals, well, the way Delhi are playing, you'd have to wonder whether they're going to do well there. They probably will. And we start to move along. And towards the end of the series, let's look towards the end of the series. RCB play Delhi Capitals. That'll be very important for RCB. Sunrise Hyderabad versus Mumbai Indians. That should be an easy win to Mumbai Indians. So you can see that Mumbai will have some good late finishes there. And then we do play the first semi-final. Well, it's called qualifier and eliminators. Let me get them right. So there's actually two. It's a qualifier and eliminator, a qualifier. So 2 qualifiers and 2 eliminators. And that's 4 games effectively, and that's from 11th of October. Well, it's actually 10th of October through to the 15th, where we get into the pointy end of the competition. So the 15th of October in Dubai, the final will take place, which will be at about 8:30 p.m. Indian time on the 15th of October. All right, there's lots to look forward there too. So let's look at today's game then, which is starting in 43 minutes time. They're asking about any update on Stoinis' injury. It looks like Marcus Stoinis won't be. He's unavailable. And Billings, if he's available, should replace him. Smith, I feel, is a bit too slow for T20s. So that's the question. Will Marcus Stoinis be replaced by Steve Smith or Sam Billings? That'll be one of the considerations for the Delhi Capital side. Yes. So that's not a very good. Marcus Stoinis will also be in some doubt, you would argue, for the World Cup, albeit a fair way away. He'll be put on ice for that, I would imagine. So apparently the weather is extremely hot, which doesn't surprise me. Yeah, there is an interesting table check. The team in third place, which is effectively RCB, have got a worse run rate than the team on 8th, which is Sunrisers Hyderabad. Yes, but if they've won more games, that becomes a little bit less relevant, doesn't it? If you haven't won the games, you've got a good strike rate. We have to scratch your head what's gone on there. James Roy is nowhere has not been discussed. Delhi has to be stronger than Rajasthan, for sure. Us be back in its losing ways. It's not good. Not good at all. Yeah. Warner and Bayliss is a very cool character. He hasn't got a spat with anyone, but if Warner doesn't do the right thing, Bayliss has to pull his head in. That's what it is. Warner's got the problem, not Bayliss. Mohammed Umay, love from Kerala. How are you? Yeah, we're going to just wait and see about RCB. But yeah, it does sum up the topsy-turvy nature. The run rates at third is worse than 8th, but it's amount how many wins you get as well. It's a combination of how many wins and your run rate. If your wins are there, you're certainly going to be up the table, aren't you, at this stage? Yeah, it's not a great time slot now, to be honest, but PNG scored 197 in their 47.4 overs against Scotland. And they've got some matches happening in England, but England's season's just about finished. With September the 25th, their season's just coming to a close now. So we'll see the end of cricket in England, and there'll be a continuation of cricket, of course, in Dubai or in UAE based on the IPL for the next 3 weeks, and then straight into a month of World Cup in UAE. Then we move into a series in India between India and New Zealand, and Australia will have a series, and then ultimately South Africa will have a series. So CSK, they're in with a great chance, let's be honest. At this point, it's safe to assume that Vaughan is a troll. He likes to joke around, and we need to take that in good spirit. Yeah, I don't think he means any harm. He's just being a bit of an idiot sometimes. In Mumbai, I guess, except for Bumrah, nobody's playing. Well, we'll wait and see. They're getting to the pointy end now. They can't afford to lose any more matches. Mishra over. Okay. Is Ashwin playing today? I would assume he will be. Yeah, it's extremely hot in Dubai. Well, in particular at Abu Dhabi as well. The toss will be coming in the next 10 minutes. So there's Peter Della Penna, who's somebody who is a commentator. He's written, Sanju Samson's Rajasthan Royals are looking to break into the top 4. Rishabh Pant's Delhi Cap is looking to go to the top of the table. Who'll meet their target is the question. Okay, so there's two good questions there. You would argue that based on what we're seeing, looking at just Australia's just posted something in their media block, but yeah, it's going to be a very interesting series indeed. The World Cup certainly will be. I wanted to post. I want to post that there. See if it fits. I'm just going to if you can hear me talking there, guys. Okay, so I just made a comment there. Can you see it? I'm guessing you can see it there. Yeah, there we are. That's what I just made a comment there. Can RCB win the title as per? Well, it's going to be very hard for it. They're going to have to do it a bit hard. Has to take perpetual underdog. They need to. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Good. Gurkhardt will be in soon. Don't worry. He'll be here pretty soon. I'm pretty sure. Good on you, Human. I'm glad you wanted a Rabbitohs cap because next Sunday the Rabbitohs will play the Panthers in the final. During the week, I'm going to visit a family that are in Penrith. We'll talk about Naresh.
Very good evening, Norman.
How are you?
I'm doing okay. Not my
like
team. My team is not doing okay, but I'm doing okay. Yeah.
Well, I can't help that, can I? I can try to pull them out of the chocolates.
Your old gold one, right, KKR?
Well, I also said I took out a packet yesterday with the CSK, and they won. Okay. I wasn't happy about that. So your team, of course, is
Mumbai Indians.
But Mumbai Indians fallen to equal fourth, effectively sixth. They need to win, don't they? They need to start winning.
Yeah, they need wins. Yeah, they need wins badly. Now, you can say they have an outside chance to make it back to top four, but they need wins. But the unfortunate thing is the middle order still is not clicking well together. The openers got it, Quinton de Kock and Rohit Sharma. Right? Yeah, so the middle order is kind of, and the same thing happened in the first leg in India, except for the two games in Delhi. The middle order is not clicking. Surya, Ishan, Krunal Pandya need to see a couple of changes, and why Hardik is still not playing is the biggest concern.
So really, with Mumbai, look, for example, today, if Rajasthan Royals win, they will go clear.
They will go clear. Yeah.
Won't they? I mean, that. Let me look at that table. We'll look at the table here. It's the Rajasthan Royals will actually go third.
Yeah, no, they would. They are currently at 6, right?
No.
How many points? They are at 8.
Fifth. Rajasthan Royals are 5th.
Yeah, they are also 8 points. Yeah, they will go ahead of Bangalore because Bangalore has the worst net run rate. Yeah.
Yeah, so they could go third after that, which is quite remarkable. Because RCB and Mumbai Indians have both been disappointed.
Yeah, both having a bad time to start the second leg. Mumbai definitely the first leg. Also, if you see, the batters didn't do much. The bowling did very well for them and got back and got those wins. But here, even the bowling, especially Bumrah and Bolt, have been giving runs. But coming back to Rajasthan, it will be tough against Delhi. But the kind of win they have got, the last one. They would really be charged up. They can really spring out a surprise here today.
The concern for me is the Delhi Capitals, despite an incredible victory against they smashed Sunrise Hyderabad's last game.
Yeah,
they could fall a bit lackadaisical because they haven't got the same pressure.
Yeah, only thing is, in the first leg, if like last year in UAE, they always played Rabada and Nokia together. They got 50+ wickets. This year in the first leg in India, they played one of them. They didn't play them together. Now back in UAE, they did that. First game, they got 5 wickets together. But if you go back last year, it was the end phase when they were struggling. They were giving a lot of runs. They were not getting wickets in the power play. Though very early, it's just the second game in UAE. It will be very important on how they both bowl together. Um, Evan Lewis could be a trump card for Rajasthan against this pace.
True.
So
I
it's
mean,
going to be good
it's a
actually.
batting wicket though, isn't it? Sharjah is
Yeah.
a
No, it's in Abu
batters.
Dhabi. It's in Abu Dhabi
Abu Dhabi,
where
sorry.
where Mumbai played the last one against Kolkata, and it's a day game, so you can expect dry conditions where the batters can have a good outing.
Which means Rajasthan Royals' chances increase because the bowling of
You know,
Norjay.
Yeah, and Norman, that kind of a win, when you're defending 8 runs in 12 balls, the kind of win they are coming with, you can imagine the how inspired the team is. And as you say, if they win, they go to number three. How much is at stake for Rajasthan? Okay, Delhi doesn't get harmed at all; they'll remain where they are. But at least Rajasthan, there's so much at stake for them in this game.
Yeah. Look. Okay, let's get it clear. The teams that need to be concerned that we expected before the second leg started that Delhi Capital, CSK, RCB, and Mumbai will be the top four. Delhi and Chennai have kept up their promise. They're playing well. RCB's been much worse than even Mumbai Indians, to be honest with you. They've been horrible. Although Kohli looked very good, and I thought, again, he looked actually, that's impressive. Kohli's batting form was very impressive, wasn't it?
Yeah, but Sharjah, you need 190, 200, especially in the initial games. That's how the wicket plays. It will get slower going ahead. So 156, they faltered that, setting up. And it became similar to what happened to Mumbai the day before. It's so identical. The openers did well, and then they faltered just 155, 156. So, and the batting lineup, if you go to see, the changes were very good. Getting in Tim David was a very good move, with Maxwell, ABD, and Tim David and Virat himself. That's a phenomenal batting lineup, especially in Sharjah, a small ground. But it didn't work for them after
How many
Virat.
runs did Tim David get?
He got a duck, I think. Duck or
Yeah.
just one. Yeah, he didn't get.
Can I be honest with you? I think Tim David's extremely overrated.
Huh?
I think Tim David is extremely overrated, to be honest with you. His form in this what do they call it, the Premier League that exists in Caribbean Premier League, and look, I don't think he's that good. He hasn't really played that much high level cricket. He's more of a
he played the CPL. He played the BBL last, right, for Perth.
Yeah, but that doesn't mean he's not playing for his country.
He doesn't play for Singapore. I think he plays for Singapore. He's in the national team.
Let me tell you about Singapore are not a country that's in the top echelon of cricket.
Yes, yeah, that's there. That's true.
Okay,
but
so he didn't make it in Australia. He was obviously would have preferred to play in the Australian, and he wasn't.
Yeah.
I think it was Western Australia. I'm not sure. He didn't get even a contract there, so he wasn't even at state level in Australia. So I'm a bit dubious about his form, to be honest with you. I think it's a bit hit and miss. I'm not that impressed by him. We'll see.
Okay.
I mean, if you go and have a bit of a whack at BBL or CPL, doesn't mean you're a quality player for the IPL. I don't think.
Yeah, but they went in for a batter, which was a good move, but it didn't work for Bangalore at all.
Okay. I mean, to me, so to be honest with you, it's one of those situations that RCB need to go back to their core activities. That is, the AB de Villiers, the Maxwells, and the Kohlis. They need to centre their team around those. They need to get bowlers that bowl economically and who take wickets. Is that wrong? They need to go back to basics, RCB.
Yeah, and so about Maxwell last year, UAE was so bad for him playing for Punjab. He came into Bangalore and it was a different Maxwell in India, and now back to UAE, two matches, two failures. So it's strange, It's what's so different playing in UAE than playing in India, So that's a bit of a concern, Maxwell in
I mean,
UAE.
look, to be honest with you, RCB are going to fall into the same habits. It looks they started off brilliantly. It's going to be everything on AB de Villiers' back, and if he doesn't score, really, they're even though Coley's doing well, he needs support. It's just something's not right there. We'll see. They may still make the four, but they're
But
currently
it's open, yeah. Norman, as you say, one and two, you can say Chennai and Delhi are fairly there. But from three onwards, everything is open. The entire table is open still.
oh, for sure. I mean, it's to me, it's a long way from a concern. You know, the Delhi Capitals at this stage, you would think would be in with the best chance to win it, and you would hope that. Why? Because as I think we spoke about, the need to have a new team come in and win adds life to the
Yeah,
IPL.
yeah, yeah.
They need to, and not that you should allow a team to win, but it does help. So Rajasthan Royals have won the toss and have chosen to bowl.
Bold.
So that's
They want to
it
chase.
seems to be what's happening a lot now. They're winning the toss and electing to throw the other team into bat. And in
Yeah, I think
this case,
it gets slower. And in Abu Dhabi, it's. Uh, I think it should play all fair throughout the game. It just may get a little slower after the new ball dies off.
yeah,
But yeah, I think they want to get the fresh wicket to attack the batters. It's a good batting lineup: Shaw, Shikhar Dhawan, Pant, and Shreyas Iyer, and that's the reason they have the liberty because of this kind of a batting lineup. They can play both the pacers, Nokia and Rabada, with no
it
walks,
seems to,
absence of walks. Yeah.
it looks as though they've replaced Lalit Yadav is coming in for Stoinis.
Toynes got a little bit of a
Yeah,
niggle in the last
yeah.
game, yeah. So yeah, that's a good move. Lalit Yadav bowls a little bit of off spin also.
Well, they were thinking about it. Steve Smith can't get a game, can he?
Steve Smith, yeah, it will be very tough, because probably they feel Hetmeyer is a more attacking batter than Smith. That's why Hetmeyer continues, and he's a left-hander. How many left-handers they have? Shikhar Dhawan, Pant, Hetmeyer, Akshar Patel bats left hand.
But I think do you think this is still true that they actually select the players sometimes to stop them playing for other clubs? Do you still think that occurs?
No, I didn't get that, Norman. I didn't get your question.
Well, sometimes a selection in the IPL is a really good player. They want to keep in their stocks, even though they may not play them that much, to avoid them playing against an opposition team who would make them their frontline player. Have you heard that? Does that make sense?
I get what you're saying, but do you think that would be happening? Would they do that?
Well,
Why would
I
they
thought
do that?
we had that discussion. Maybe it wasn't with you. It was with I think Chris Vernon and Adam Hollyoak and Monty back early in the year. They made discussions centering around team play during the actual auctions. When the auctions took place, that certain players were being picked up. Of course, they were good. They were good backups, so they were very good players. It's twofold: having them in their squad in case they were needed, and also not having them play against them. I'm not sure that's totally true, but anyway, we'll leave it at that.
So Rajasthan has gotten Tabraiz Shamsi.
The spinner.
Yeah, but Evan Lewis is not playing. Evan Lewis
is not playing.
Yeah, they've gotten David Miller in the middle. So they're not playing. Okay, so David Miller, the batsman, comes in for Evan Lewis, and Tabraiz Shamsi, the bowler, comes in for Chris Morris.
Chris Morris, of course, being the most expensive player in this squad,
Yeah,
and he's not
yeah.
being played. Teams. I mean, I'm not in control of. I'm not in control of their budgets. But sometimes they need to not pay so much for players.
Yeah.
I guess they don't care.
He's not even in the game for South Africa selectors for the World Cup.
How bizarre. So yeah, as you said, Rajasthan Royals win the toss and will bowl. Samson says, hoping the wicket gets better as the day goes on. It was a great team effort from everyone, but it's history now. The game. 2 people are not available. Evan Lewis and Chris Morris miss out. They're not available. So it's not that they weren't selected, they weren't available, supposedly. And that means Tabraiz Shamsi and David Miller come in. We might have Livingston come up the order. Punt says he would have bowled first as well. Okay. Livingston's the interesting one for me. I'd like to see him fire because he's quality. He's a quality player as opposed to Tim David, in my opinion.
So I think he'll come at 3, right? I think Sanju Samson may open with Jaiswal and Livingstone at 3 and David Miller at 4.
Yeah. So Kit Agarwal says Morris is one of the highest wicket takers. Where?
That's for Rajasthan only. For the Rajasthan team only, but
yeah. That doesn't mean too much. I'm sorry. It's got to be over. Look, the Rajasthan Royals have done well. Okay, today is extremely crucial for them. If they win today, they could put themselves in the top 4 in it with a great chance of progressing. But they're going to have their playing as Delhi Capitals, for God's sake. That's a pretty hard team to beat. What do you think?
I think it will be
thoughts?
good. Yeah, it will be good, with Shamsi coming in for Morris because Morris was expensive in the last game. And maybe medium pace or pace is an overdose in UAE. They already have 3, Kartik Tyagi, Sakaria and Mustafizur. So getting that variety in spin in Shamsi and then you have Rahul Tivatia. I think this is a good bowling change they have made instead of Morris. I think it's a good change for Rajasthan.
Absolutely. Now, okay. So the question that comes out, can the Rajasthan Royals bowlers actually stop the Delhi Capitals juggernaut of batting? That's the question. And what you've just said, Shamsi and David Miller, who's more of an all-rounder, have come in. So obviously they're saying the pitch will take more spin, correct?
Yeah, and Shamsi more to do with the left-handers in Delhi. Could be that also another reason.
Yeah.
Because his style of bowling, he gets the ball into the right-handers. Yeah, so he'll be moving it away from the left-handers.
So how important do you think spinners are in this whole situation?
They get important as it progresses, Norman. The wickets will continue to get slower. Spinners would be important, and and that's how very important even for Delhi how Ashwin and Akshar Patel are used. They have Lalit Yadav also today as a part-timer. So yeah, it's going to get just slower going ahead, and that's the thing. It's like a warm-up for the World Cup for all these bowlers who have made it to their respective national teams. And the 10-day gap, not much would change on the pitches. After a 10-day gap in World Cup starting. Yeah,
it'll be worse, you would argue. Okay, so Jaiswal, and it looks like Livingston's opening up. Samson might be at first drop. Miller, Lomroa, Parag, Tuatia, who I was impressed with. Shamsi, Tyagi, who bowled well the other day, didn't he? In that last over.
Tyagi,
and Rahman. Yes. So they've got a pretty good side, surprisingly. Rajasthan Royals.
Yeah, they just need to bowl well. Yes, they came back in the last two overs, the last game against Punjab, but they need that little bit of a discipline in the middle, not to give away many.
And it's going to be extreme heat out there too. Extreme heat. So
Oh
again, the
yeah,
reason for Lewis and Morris being they're both unavailable. We don't know why they're unavailable, but they're unavailable. Maybe Chris Morris is still in quarantine. Maybe
no, I
you
think
would
it's
think.
just they've just made a change. I think these are just words getting used of
It just sounds
unavailable
better to say unavailable, doesn't it?
there. Yeah,
It's not. It says it's. I tell you what. So at the time of day in Abu Dhabi now, what time of the day is it? It is. It's
it
around.
is.
What time is it?
It's nearing 2 p.m. because India is 1.5 hour ahead, so it's nearing 2 p.m. there.
So that would be the worst time to
Oh,
bowl.
absolutely,
Is
absolutely.
early.
Yeah, Norman, if you see Abu Dhabi, it's away from civilization. This ground, I've been there. It's the 40 minutes drive from the city, and it's all open throughout. It's open. There is just open field. Yeah, there are some good sports complex around where you have football and cricket going on, but it's extremely hot. I was there watching a day game test match Pakistan versus Australia. It was terrible heat.
So, but the height of the heat is when 2 o'clock or
Yeah,
later.
afternoon is very hot. Afternoon.
No, but I mean, so who bats first or second is going to get the advantage there.
Advantage.
I mean,
See,
you
because
want to.
see, wouldn't Rajasthan, from the heat perspective, batting second would be more tired compared to the team batting first?
Well, that's what I would have thought. That's what I would have
Yeah,
thought. So
yeah.
winning the toss and bowling means they're allowing Rajasthan Royals are allowing Delhi Capitals to field second.
Yeah, but
Correct?
one because early afternoon, 2 o'clock. Because normally in India matches start at 3:30 in the afternoon. Your second half is under lights. That's not the case here. They will play in
No.
that heat throughout the game. So I think it may be the same, a little bit of breeze later around 4:30 in the evening locally. But yeah, it's going to continue to be extremely hot, and both teams would face that. Yeah.
Yeah, I guess I mean both teams will face it. It's not specifically one or the other. But if
No,
you're
there's not much. Yeah. Yeah.
batting second, it might be more of an advantage than batting first. Slight advantage.
Yeah.
I don't know.
In India,
That's
you
what.
can say that. Yeah. In India, you can say that because the second inning gets into under lights. It
Right.
won't be here. It's early. It's early here. Yeah.
All right. All right. So as far as winners and losers of Delhi Capitals and Rajasthan Royals, what's your thoughts? What will be the result here?
Well, Delhi looks dominating, no doubt. Delhi should win this, but it would be great to see Rajasthan win another game. After what they did last time. So it's going to be very good for the way the table will open up. But yeah, I think Delhi is looking really dominating the top order batting, the pace attack. Yeah, that's the only thing. Delhi looks good.
And if Delhi win, they've just cemented their semi-final spots right there and then, haven't they? All right.
Yeah.
Let's go to the next match for the next 15 minutes or next 5 minutes, 10 minutes. Let's have a look here. The next game is, of course, between Sunrisers Hyderabad and Punjab Kings, the bottom two teams of the competition.
Yeah.
Have Sunrisers Hyderabad got any chance at all of winning their game?
Chance of winning a game, yes, but how much will they progress is doubtful because see, both the teams are going in with the disappointment in the last game. Punjab, especially the kind of game they lost against Rajasthan, either it's going to just lift them up to go all out, or it's going to be so disappointing for them. But it's more for Punjab because they are, I think, at how many 6 points, not for Hyderabad. Hyderabad just needs to, keep that spirit high that they are participating in a big league. But yeah, will they get in Jason Roy? That's the thing. Why can't they play Jason Roy instead of Warner at the top? and a couple of changes in the middle, especially the Indian batters. Kedar Jadhav and Manish Pandey haven't got them much runs.
Well, the
So
fact that
they
they've
need to
got
look at that.
the fact that they had Warner before Jason Roy upset me. Jason Roy should have been the first one
Mm.
to get the game in the second leg ahead of Warner, and he didn't. Warner
Mm.
batted him. They won't drop Warner this match because he got a duck last match. He'll give him another go, I'm afraid to say. And if he fails again, then they better start getting their act together and thinking about where they're heading with this. Don't you think?
Yeah, that's what it is. Why can't they get in Jason Roy? They have to try
I don't
something
know.
different. Yeah.
Jason Roy has played well regularly. He will be the opening batter for England, won't he? For the World Cup.
Regularly, yeah. In the World Cup, he and Besto are the openers, and regularly for white ball, he has done very well. Even on the tour of India in February, he was devastating against India also. So why he shouldn't be the first choice opener is, especially now
Yeah, I
with
know.
Besto not there. Yeah.
And
It
look,
won't be surprising. It won't be surprising they get both Jason Roy and David Warner and drop Holder. You don't know. They might do that.
yeah, it's I don't think you can't. I'm not going to blame. I'm very sad for Trevor Bayliss because it hasn't been the efforts of Trevor Bayliss that's led them down this track. First of all, Tom Moody as an assistant coach is confused, and Luxman, even I think Morley was there as well. They've got a very packed number of people deciding on what's going on. They didn't need Tom Moody. They should have gotten rid of him. Leave Bayliss to do what he does well, which is coach. He put up with Warner for long enough as captain, got rid of him from captain, got Williamson, which was a very good position. But they've allowed him to play again. They really should give Roy a go, as you said. And they're far too heavily reliant on overseas players as well.
Yeah.
And
They need
that's
some
not a good.
changes in the Indian side. Yeah. Yeah, that's not good.
They should bring some more Indian like locals into the squads, at least give them a go. And they need not be so reliant on Warner because Warner again got out for a duck. And my prediction of Warner today, well, they're saying he's going to get runs. I really, honestly can't see him getting many runs. He may get a few more than he did with his third ball duck, but he won't get many more. So I'm going to go on record as saying he won't get more than 20.
More than 20. Okay. No, I see comments from Prabhanjan on his contribution to Sunrisers. No doubt he's been very good last few years, but this year has been not good for Warner and Sunrisers because they need to do something different. This is where they need to look at because Jason Roy is coming into the squad with great form. So why not make that change, And
well, Livingston's a great player.
Livingston. And Livingston gets in purely because of non-availability of Butler, and even Ben Stokes. So Livingston definitely now, if he's fit, would go on to play all the games for Rajasthan. And coming back to Hyderabad, the bowling lineup looks good with Khalil Ahmed and Bhuvaneshwar and Rashid Khan. They look good in the bowling side, but it's the batting that has really failed them completely this year.
And when you've got people of the caliber of Williamson, Warner, and Roy, you should be going well. But that doesn't seem to be reflected in the performances at all. Very, very frustrating. Okay, so who's going to win between Sunrise Hyderabad and Punjab Kings?
I'll go with Punjab.
Yeah, you'd have to think so. Punjab Kings need to win, otherwise they're going to fall away as well.
Yeah.
Because just look at that. I'm just looking at the series here, looking at the table. I know it's a long way from anywhere near finished, but you have to suggest that there are. We thought the top four were clear four. Remember, well, two have dropped away early on this time round.
Yes, yeah.
But really, Chennai Super Kings and Delhi Capitals, the way they're going, is certainly good.
Yeah.
But it's interesting. There's been some commentary by Mark Butcher just then about the naming of Punjab Kings. Changed the names from what they called Punjab Super Kings before. Kings 11 Punjab.
Kings 11 Punjab. Yeah.
So the change of name, I don't know whether that's going to do anything for them. Anyway, so CSK Delhi Capitals, we can almost count them through. Really, Punjab Kings, Sunrise Hyderabad, they're out. Then we have the struggle between the two teams meant to be there, RCB and Mumbai Indians, and Kolkata and Rajasthan Royals. They're the four that are going to fight out those two spots, it looks like. But today,
Yeah, it could be, could be. That's what Bangalore. I would still say Kolkata, Rajasthan, Bangalore, Mumbai. Two out of these four can still make it to the top four.
yeah.
Outside chance. Yeah, yeah. Because Bangalore
But
still is number
Mumbai
three.
Indians have to win. Mumbai Indians have to literally win every single match from now.
Every game. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Same for Bangalore, because Bangalore has a very poor net run rate. They can't afford to lose a game now. It's better to
That's
win
true.
and just keep getting points. And yeah.
But see, is that the motivation at this stage, mid-table, mid-season, mid-second leg? The teams like Kolkata and Rajasthan are more motivated, and perhaps they're.
It looks like, it's, at least from the outcome, especially for Kolkata, it looks like the 4-month break has worked well for them. All they have done is they have played with 5 bowlers and added one additional batter in Venkatesh Iyer, and he's just lived up to that expectation. That's the only change, if you see, they have made, with Pat Cummins not available. But the outcome is very good, 2 out of 2.
You can't get better than that, can you, for a start in this situation?
Behram says Rajasthan and Hyderabad are winning today. Well, that's really going to be very good for the league. That kind of an upset is good for the league.
Oh, Behram's okay. Well, he hasn't been exactly right lately, to be honest with you. But anyway, He hasn't got a chocolate box here like I have, which tells me secrets. So shall I pull out one and see if we get any? I'm just going to pull out. Okay, what do we make of Crunchy? What colours are there? Is that Rajasthan? It's not Rajasthan. The purple. What's purple?
Rajasthan is pink. Delhi is light blue. So where does the purple go?
Who is purple? Anyone purple?
Purple. No, but doesn't Rajasthan pink has a little bit of purple on them? I'm trying to just recollect their jersey.
So Crunchy's telling us Rajasthan Royals might cause an upset here in Big Delhi Capitals, which will certainly scare Mumbai Indians and RCB.
Yeah. No, Behram, I just read your message. No news on the 5th test match. No outcome.
Yeah. There's nothing happened. It's a bit embarrassing, really. It's taken this long. They really should have thought out earlier.
Yeah.
Prabhan says hello. Let's see what happens. UW says, I think, CSK, DC, MI, and KKR. Okay. Not RCB. Okay. Quick Legend says hello, everybody.
Hello. There was a comment from Prabhanjan on Shikhar Dhawan. I agree with him, and you feel disappointed why Shikhar Dhawan is not part of the World Cup squad for India.
Yeah.
This is his 6th year consecutive. He's got 400 plus in IPL. And with IPL this year, followed by T20 within 10 days, his form is very good. Yes, the justification that was given in the press release was that Ishan Kishan is flexible. He can be played either as opener or middle order. But till now, Ishan Kishan hasn't scored. So it's very unfortunate. Shikhar Dhawan has lost out. He's done very well in ICC tournaments for India. He's doing well now in IPL. We have time, a few days still, where some changes can be notified.
Can they make? When's the cutoff date? Is there a cutoff date?
I think 10th October is cut off.
Oh, they've got a bit of time.
Yeah, they have time. Yeah.
Well, that's good. So they could take some of the IPL form in the calculation, especially if any of the players get injured. So after October 10th, if there's an injury, they can only bring in their reserves. Is that right? Like, can they bring in new players?
No, they cannot bring in new players. The reserves only.
Okay. I mean, I'm sure there'll be what do they call it? Exceptions made if they had the reason to. I would say there would be exceptions made.
Yeah, but like Udav has commented, Shikhar's problem is strike rate, but he's scoring runs. Ishan is not scoring runs. Yes, India has gone with, considering that KL Rahul, Rohit Sharma, openers, Virat Kohli, may open. He's been doing it here in IPL. So if that is the case, then even KL may not get a game, considering if 3 is Surya Kumar or probably KL is at 4. It's a very tough one the way this entire selection has happened. It's really you feel a little unfortunate. At the same time, Shreyas Iyer is in reserves. If they want to move Ishan Kishan out, they may first go in for Shreyas Iyer to come into the fixed 15, then look at any other replacement. So it's a problem of plenty, but in the end, these guys have to get runs and get wickets. Those who are part of that squad. Until now, we have seen Deepak Chahar and Shardul Thakur do well. Both are in the reserves.
Yeah, look, the Delhi Capitals team are incredibly strong today. But look, in defensive Rogers and Rolls, Livingston, Samson, Miller, they can all score big, can't they?
Yeah.
I think this will be a rather interesting game because I don't think Delhi Capitals, even though they're in incredible form, they may take the foot off the pedal a little bit today. A little bit.
And even that guy, the left-hander in the middle order, Mahipal Lomror, he did very well the last game. I think 40 odd he got in just 17 balls. So he's looking good. Thanks, Behram. Commented on my t-shirt. Yeah. Nice t-shirt, he said. Yeah.
He never says nice t-shirt about much. I'm wearing what am I wearing today? I'm wearing a t-shirt. Australia versus India, Summer of Cricket. It was last year. What does your shirt say?
Fahrenheit.
Fahrenheit. Oh. Which is an international word, but it is in fact German. Of course. Mm-hmm. All right, so the game starts in 2 minutes. Are they on the field yet? Out come the umpires.
The umpires and the openers are out. Yeah.
So Shaw and Dhawan are coming out as well.
Yeah.
It'll be exciting to see those two back. And I want to see Punt gets runs. It's been a while since Punt got runs. Hasn't
he got a quick 35. Last game he got a quick 35. But yeah, he needs more time out there to score big.
Yeah. He's not quite at his best. But that's scary because if he's at his best, watch out.
Number 4. I think that's good. He comes number 4 after Shreyas.
Who is? Yeah, so we've got. Looks bright and sunny, doesn't it? My God, looks sunny to me.
And it's extremely hot in Abu Dhabi.
It'll be around the 50 mark, wouldn't it?
Should be close. Late 40s for sure. High 40s.
Naresh,
yeah.
I would like to buy some IPL gear. Is it readily available at shops in India? Or because I looked it up, the only place I can get it is through a USA website.
No, you get it on fan code. It's part of the Dream 11.
Can you send me the link?
I'll do that. I'll send you fan code. Yeah.
All right, we'll get straight to the predictions. Today, you're saying Delhi Capitals will beat Rajasthan Royals? Correct?
Yeah, I'm going with Delhi and Punjab in the second game.
Well, I'm going to say, although I do like Delhi Capitals to win, I'm going to say we might see a little bit of a shock result for Rajasthan Royals. And in the second match,
that shock is good. Yeah.
And the second match, Sunrisers Hyderabad will fail again. Warner won't get more than 20, and Punjab Kings will come and smash them.
Behram is going with the odds. Hyderabad and Rajasthan.
I'm not going for Hyderabad. I'm going for Punjab and Rajasthan. Yeah. Although Behram probably hasn't quite got his radar on properly yet for the whole thing. So
it says 36 degrees. I'm sure it will be warmer than that.
Well, I think so. Yeah, Behram is with the underdogs. Kelvin, tomato, potato, anything but foreigner. Celsius, Kelvin, tomato, potato, anything but foreigner. Okay, I'm sure that's all about it. Let's play. The play's about to start, or has. The ground is very open, as you said. There's not a lot of shade, is there? If you're in those stands, there's no shade.
Yeah, there are two stands, like you can say north and south, and the other two sides are open. It's like a little bit of a hilly region with grass. You know how you see in South Africa? There are
Yeah,
no seats over there. Yeah,
but
but that
the
is
fact that
closed.
they
They
have
don't
got,
allow anyone there. Yeah.
but they should allow proper stands. I mean, undercover, it's pretty ordinary.
Yeah,
Who's
there's
that
only
at the bottom?
one,
Pretty Shaw's facing
Mustafizur Rahman.
the Bangladeshi,
Yeah,
who has bowled well.
yeah, he's got a good slow one. He's bowled well throughout.
So, what's your prediction of scores?
This lineup should at least get 175.
Yeah, yeah. How old is Shikhar Dhawan now?
36 should be 36.
Yeah. I used to like Murali Vijay and Darwin when they batted together for India. That was a good opening combination, wasn't it?
Yeah, that was good. Those 2017, 2018, they did well.
Now, this thing called an Upstocks Cricket Index. What's that? Do you know
No
what that
idea.
is? What's some sort of cricket index they've got?
Shikhar is 35 upstock.
It must be a brand or a sponsor, I would imagine.
They're a sponsor. They're definitely a sponsor, but I think they are into. Yeah, Upstocks joins IPL as official partner. They are a
But
digital trading
Vigo's
platform.
the main partner.
Yeah, yeah. So they are a trading platform basically, stock exchange trading platform. So
Well, it's either trading platform or betting company or a
no,
television
that's not
company.
permitted. The betting company in India is not permitted. So no, they are a trading platform. They're part of the stock exchange.
But what about Dream? Some of the sponsors are betting. They've got apps, betting apps, aren't they? Okay, I'm not sure.
I wouldn't.
Yeah, this Sharjah ground looks pleasant, but very. You couldn't have a big crowd there, could you? Not that they're going to get
Abu
a big
Dhabi.
crowd.
No, I think they are just restricting to 25% ticket sale in an Abu
What, only in
Dhabi.
Sharjah or the whole of UAE?
No, this Abu Dhabi. This Abu Dhabi is I think about 25%. Sharjah and Dubai, I think they are going to sell 50%. Abu Dhabi
Okay, so
have their
Abu
own
Dhabi,
set of.
despite being in the same place, they're both UAE, aren't they?
Yeah, they have their own set of rules. Abu Dhabi and Dubai, they're complete different in their approach on things. Yeah, they've just recently, few days back, opened the border. Otherwise, you couldn't even go through without negative test result on everyday basis because just 1 hour drive between Abu Dhabi, Dubai, but you
You're
daily need
kidding.
a new test report. Yeah, they just opened it now.
Well, they had to for this IPL and for the World Cup, otherwise they would have been
No,
in deep
with
trouble.
this, even the biggest event which they had to delay last year, the Expo is starting 1st October. That's a huge one for them.
Right.
The entire, the business fraternity across the globe is going to come in there on after 1st October.
So people like Manu John uses Serida, so does Baram, and we've got Angel Broking for Persia. A lot of investors here.
Yeah.
So Shikhar Dhawan's still got the orange cap, though, hasn't he?
Yes. So yeah, today
I'd
both
like
are
the
playing.
shots.
KL Rahul and Shikhar Dhawan, they are behind each other. Both are playing today. So.
Well, Rahul's playing in the second match, yeah. Yeah, I think Rahul will get big runs today. I think Warner's going to continue to fail. Warner will get less than 20. I do like the way Prithvi Shaw bats. I do like that. He'll one day be a test batsman, a permanent test batsman.
He
He's
needs
still
to
very
make a
young, isn't
comeback.
he? He's only 21 or 2. He's still young.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. He's young. Yeah.
And he's already done a hell of a lot in all formats. So, and he was captain of the under-19 team as well. So,
yeah.
And Steve Smith must be embarrassed. Former Australian captain, one of the leading batsmen in the world, sitting there with an orange shirt on his jacket, on his top. It's I'm sorry, it's embarrassing. But you know what? If someone says, Norman, sit on the sidelines and get paid millions of dollars, I think I'd do it. Because how much did Steve Smith get paid? He would have got paid 1 or 2 million.
Oh, very less compared to what Rajasthan, because he was leading Rajasthan until last year. He was captain of Rajasthan.
Right.
And here, I think, just about 2 crores this year.
Which
very
is what?
Less.
Well, how much is that? 2 crores? That what? 200,000, 300,000.
Yeah, 200,000.
But still,
but I'll convert that. You want it in Australian dollars or
Australian dollars? Yeah.
Yes. In Australian dollars. Yeah, about 19. So last time Behram had quickly calculated the Australian dollars. 2 crores divided by 0.19. That's about, am I right? I don't know. It's giving me more than 100,000 Australian. That's wrong. I've done something wrong.
Look, even if it is,
but he's getting much less than what he was getting under Rajasthan.
Okay, but if you're still getting a couple $100,000, Naresh.
Oh yes.
That's still a lot of money to be sitting there watching a game of cricket, isn't
it? But would he like to do that now that he's also part of the World Cup squad for Australia?
Well, he's got no choice, has he? Nope, there was a ball that missed the stumps. The only thing that's wrong with Delhi Capitals that could go wrong is they could get a bit, lackadaisical, a little bit apathetic, thinking they're going to win all the time. And they've got to be careful of that because you can't afford to let that creep in as you get close to the finals because
they did that last year. If you remember, they faltered in the end. Because of a very good start, they were at the top. Otherwise, they lost quite a few games in the end.
Well, they got Ricky Ponting there. He's generally pretty good at motivating, I would argue.
Norman close to 38,000.
38,000.
Yeah.
Well, that's not much. Well, it's still a lot of money for doing nothing. Put it that way.
20,000, 2 lakhs.
So sorry.
Must be more than that. 53.6. Yeah, 370,000.
That's a lot of money for sitting there doing nothing. It's a lot of money sitting there doing nothing for 6 weeks. I mean, if you extrapolate that figure out for a whole year, he doesn't get paid that much in any other form of cricket. No other form of cricket pays him that money. No other form. Even at that low amount, he's still well above. If someone said to me, Norman, would you come over to UAE, sit around the bunker, throw the balls around, have a bit of bat nets, and just get a bit hot in the bunker, I'd say, all right, if you insist, I'll do that.
Yeah. Manu, we are converting what Steve Smith was auctioned for in this year. It was just 2 crores for Delhi compared to what he was getting last year under Rajasthan. So we were converting that.
Why? I don't think it's taxes. UAE hasn't got any taxes.
No, now they have introduced. They have 5% flat on everything. UAE has 5% tax.
5%. Wow, that's a lot.
Yeah, but this is as per Indian, right? Because everything is in Indian payout is happening as an Indian registered franchisee. So.
Right. I mean, he'll be paying tax because he'll be earning money as an Australian citizen. Although the amount of days out of Australia is probably more than 6 months now, so he's probably classified as a non-resident in Australian purposes as well.
Yeah,
Rajasthan Royals aren't bowling badly. They're bowling quite well, actually, aren't they?
Yeah.
They're bowling quite steadily at the moment, and Delhi are being rather conservative in their batting stuff. There hasn't been any really big shots.
Ankit is
Ankit
saying calculating per
Vishma
ball.
Karma is saying what he would do by per ball. Well, it's all per no ball because he's not facing any deliveries. Is he?
But if you remember after I think India's tour, and when I think at beginning of the year, he did say he will focus more on the longer format. He will not play T20. He may
Yeah,
miss World Cup.
yeah.
But I
Well,
think it's
he was
all
not meant to
because
play in the World Cup at all, but now he
he was
is.
not supposed to. Yeah, but it's all because of I think the way they played in West Indies and Bangladesh. He's been called back, and that's why he's here in IPL, but he's not getting a game. So
Well, in all fairness, he hasn't played any cricket of any sort for so long.
no.
He said he's concentrating on Test cricket because he wants the captaincy back. He's not getting the captaincy back. Now he's gone back to World Cups again. I don't know what he wants to do, really. The guy's worth $30 or $40 million. He doesn't have to worry about anything financially anymore, or even cricket cricket heights. He's played for Australia. He's scored 6,000 on Test runs.
Yeah.
He's lost the plot ever since the Sandpaper Gate. He, Warner, and Crowd have all lost the plot.
But in a way, it's good, cricketers like Smith and all not playing T20 format. It's good because they do very well even in 50 overs and Test cricket. The amount of runs, how many probability they have to score 100 in T20? Hardly any compared to the other longer formats. So
that's true. And of course, Virat Kohli hasn't scored a century in the T20 format internationally.
Yeah,
which is quite a shock. Has he? He hasn't. I'm pretty sure he hasn't.
No, he hasn't. He hasn't.
Although he's scored a truckload of ODIs and Test centuries. It doesn't look like the ball's really coming onto the bat.
Oh.
Seems to me that the whole thing's just holding up a little bit there. It's not really doing enough there. And that haze is up there again, isn't it? There's like that haziness. All right, Naresh, I may not have I don't think I'm going to have a doubleheader repeat before the next match. I don't think there's any point. I doubt it. So we'll see. Is there a doubleheader tomorrow? There isn't there?
Doubleheader tomorrow, yeah.
So we'll have the same time tomorrow. We'll talk about the two that passed and the two that comes. There'll be an action-packed discussion. But you can, if you want to continue on, we continue on a bit longer if you like.
No, I'll take a leave now. Yeah.
All right. So as you said, you think Delhi will win here, and you think that Punjab will win the next game. All right. Thanks, Naresh. Thanks for joining.
Thank you. Thanks. Bye, everyone. Bye.
Ciao, ciao. Yeah, Naresh is always very informative. He's been at these events very long. He's a very good commentator, has a great knowledge of both the IPL and Indian Test cricket, as well as world cricket for that matter. So, yeah, Manu John's right. There's 4 games on Saturday and Sunday combined. I wish there were more that way. And if they play 2 more teams, they're going to have to have triple headers, I'm afraid, which will be a heavy day. But that's what people want to see. That's what they'll get. Now, they've got a fair bit of green on other grounds here. This looks like the grounds around Abu Dhabi have been been improved upon quite a bit. There's a lot more green in the wickets on the other spare grounds. I've just noticed from that night shot. So Kartik Tyagi is bowling. It's quite solid. Oh, geez. Is he out? Yes, he is. Tiagi's just had the first ball he's over played on by Chickadawan. And Tiagi's very happy. And he's just taken the wicket. And do you see a little bit lackadaisical out there? Not exactly pushing the button. There's some good steady. All you need is good steady bowling. Let the batsman make mistakes. And here's a good example of the ball. Just an off stump. Played down to the ground quite well, but then it bounced back and hit the bails. I don't quite see how that's possible. If you're playing the ball to the ground, you make sure it goes. You don't play it that late that it goes backwards. Rather unusual dismissal. So in comes Shreyas Iyer. Darwin was struggling in previous balls. He was a little bit. Shreyas Iyer, who came over to England to play Test cricket, didn't get a game. Needs to take a bit more charge in this match. He needs Shreyas Iyer, of course, was captain of this team, and in the absence of his shoulder reconstruction, he's relinquished that to punt, and because of that, he should be able to bat freely and bat well. That's what I would say. He's got a good ball to start with. It was rather unusual. He played the ball down to the ground and then it just kept bouncing in his stumps. Hard to work out that crap. I would say you're right. Not after today. Not after today, he's not. And his form has to be good now because they're watching. Because not only is it relevant because they're playing T20 format, they're also playing on the pitches where the World Cup will take place. So if you score runs at the grounds, which the World Cup will be played in the format that's being played against, some of the bowlers will be facing them as well, this is your time. Will they be overexposed to cricket? Yeah, there's a bit of that can happen. Target's very young. He's just bowled wide. Kind of reminds me of Dhoni. I would agree with that proposition. You still have that last over they bowled against Punjab Kings in match 32, where he virtually got no runs taken off him. In Rajasthan rules 1 was based on Tiagi's bowling. So coming with pretty good form. Tiagi's certainly looking pretty competent. Should be considered for Indian selection maybe one day. You just don't know. So the Instagram for the IPL is IPL T20. Shreyas Iyer's put the ball over the cover fieldsman. Not getting 4 though. Yeah, this match, both matches aren't perhaps quite as significant as you would think. We've got Punt coming in next. He's a lovely bowler. A very good Yorker there. A good young bowler. What's his background? Can someone tell me what Kartik Tiagi's background? Obviously, he's Indian. What state does he come from? He was, I think, he was the net bowler in Australia last year as well. Didn't get a Guernsey, but he was a net bowler, I'm pretty sure. 157 Ankit Vishwakarma is saying is the average for this wicket. Well, at the moment, they're a long way from that. You have to pick it up quite a bit, aren't they? Oh. Steve Smith looks lost in the orange shirt there, if you ask me. He was top of the top bowlers in the under-19 World Cup. Okay, well, it seems to be. We'll start to play more tactically, just say, like they did against Punjab. Okay. Well, he's a very solid bowler. And Sakurai is on now, and he's also very steady. Well, that's gone. Shaw's gone upwards and could be out, and he is. That's DC lost a second wicket. I thought that I actually did say that Rajasthan Royals may win this. And the way they're playing at the moment, things are going their way. Rajasthan Royals wins this game. They go into third and pushes Mumbai very distinctly into sixth. They go third, means RCB will go fourth, and then KKR will go fifth, and then sixth will be Mumbai Indians. Seventh will stay at this point with Punjab Kings, and eighth is Hyderabad, as we know. Looked a bit lethargic, these two openers. Punt comes in now. So there's any fireworks here. And this is the moment we want to see. We want to see Rishabh Pant. But let's be honest, lethargic shot by shot. It was a lethargic shot. It was. Ball is not coming with regular speed. Yes, but they're playing lofted shots when the ball's not there. Play on the ground. You can get. Sanju Samson must be pretty happy behind the stumps. Rishabh Pant may change things here. Let's hope. He's immediately danced down the wicket and punched to the mid-on. Yeah, the bat didn't stay in his hand. Pretty sure lost the handle too. Very loose shot from Pretty Shaw for sure. They're certainly bowling a lot of slower balls, that's for sure. And Shikadawa didn't look good. Punt's looking for a little singles there. Sakurai is a good bowler. Punt should be not so now. He should go for a long partnership. I agree. He's got plenty of time to test his batting out. He's got Shreyas Iyer, the bloke that was his previous captain. Wasn't the most confident of pull shots there from Iyer. I'm going to stay a little bit around, guys. This is a rather long series. We're going to have a doubleheader tomorrow. So Rishabh Pant has played 78 IPL matches, 2,329 runs and 1,550. So he's done pretty well. The bowling, Rajasthan Royals are bowling very, very accurately and very, very sensibly. Not quite, bowling at full tilt, but they're getting very good accurate bowling. That's a good sign. So it wasn't surprising us all because they've lost so many players. They've lost their entire England contingent, as we know. And, they really have not been expected to do well, and they're still hanging in there. Yeah, the mindset of the players is very important, Prabha John, that's correct. They need to bat steadily and build. If they're in a mood, they go for it. It's a nice shot there, and it's going to go all the way. Yep, that's Shreyas getting a rather ordinary delivery, and he's dispatched it. It was a very wide delivery, very short, right in the slot to hit, and that's exactly what Shreyas did, and he should have. Samson has lots of tricks up his sleeve. He has, especially from his bowling perspective. And he's a good bat too. But both Tyagi, Sakurai, they're good potential future bowlers. They're getting lots of exposure. The T20 format for India is magnificent. They should be doing very well. So with the Dream 11, Darwin, Samson, Punt, Iyer, Shaw, Livingston, Jaswal, Norje, Rahman, and Aksa Patel. No mention of Rabada there. Well, that's not really right. Chiag, good bowl. Big future. But that death hold, that's true. That's true. The fact is, the field is up at the moment. You're right. It's hit something and it's bopped up there. Yeah. It's not much of a situation here. The wicket looks pretty patchy, if you ask me. Rather slow. And don't forget, they've got 3 grounds. Sharjah, Abu Dhabi, and there's Punts just hit a ball rather bizarrely. Or loose short ball, he's whacked it for 4. Or was it 6? To 4. Some aggression from Punt wouldn't go straight. It's a very short ball. Very wide too, and sitting there right in the slot for him to hit. Oh, it was in the perfect slot to hit for 6, actually. Awful delivery. Awful delivery. Tiagi might have got a bit carried away from his opening over. He got a wicket. He needs to settle down a bit now. Bowl some short stuff. It was 133 k's. He's got a fair pace to him. Ball got up a bit too. It was a bit of an uneven bounce there. Any questions, guys? Because I'll be going the next 5 minutes or so. Punt must cool down. Let's go for a sleep. I agree. Yeah, I think so, Manu. Okay, Manu, I think you're right. You can go if you want. We're about to enjoy the match. More than happy for you to do that. Hetmai still coming to Lalit. There's not a Aksa, Ashwin, and Violet Ayesh looking very bowling heavy today. Manu, he's doing good work. Don't say okay. No, we're trying to watch the match together. It was difficult to do that. So Ricky Ponting's making some comments to Ashwin about the state of play. I can see Mohammed Kaif there as well. Shams is coming on, the South African bowler, the rather awkward-looking spinner. He's played out in 67 matches of his T20 overall career. His IPL career, I don't know how many games he's played. I believe he's got a good record in the UAE. That's one of the reasons why they're interested. A lot of these players coming in have had good UAE experience, like Tim David, I think might be another one, although I don't think much of him. Punts immediately gone down the wicket to him. We'll see a couple of overs of punt versus Shams and we'll go. So Shams has got a Guernsey here. Yeah, it was a full toss, so it's not going to allow anything to happen. Punt's cutting away. It looks a bit, how can I put it? It looks a bit like he's a bit keen to get things happening. All right, a couple of overs of Shams and I'm going. Okay. 36 runs after 6 overs. This is not 39 after 6.3. It's not brilliant. It'll be interesting to see if they can get anything further on the board there. All right, guys. Let's see how Shamsi gets going here. It was a good delivery. It was rather full. It penetrated. Yeah, the wicket of Darwan was quite an ordinary one. He just ball, he's chopped on. Well, not even chopped on, he blocked and then went back. It was bizarre. And Shaw's shot was very ordinary. It was going nowhere. Poorly timed. He loosened the handle on the bat. It was not good all round. All right. Okay, let's have a look here. I need to get this sorted here. So it would be meaningful if to bring more after 13th over. I would agree because he can be aggressive. Although the batting lineup itself is aggressive enough that you think Delhi probably aren't mentally really all there. I think there's a bit lackadaisical. I reckon that's the way to describe it. Should check that. There's a lot to be said about the broadcast. Just they must get 400. Well, if they're going to must get in, they're going to bloody well hurry up. I'll tell you now. Okay. So look here. Live TV. Two for 44 now. Look, it's not great. It was a poor shot there, which went more up in the air than anywhere else. It didn't really go where it was meant to go. This is Tawati bowling. I think he bowls at quite a good pace, actually. And this car that they're trying to promote, which seems more likely to make it to the players. Mumbai is RR or KRKR. KKR is my thoughts out of those three. But RCB is the other concerning one, and whether they will actually get up to Karan Shahi. That's the problem. But Delhi Capitals and CSK seem to be certainties. You would argue RCB should be there, and then KKR will fight off with Mumbai Indians and Rajasthan Royals. And the way the Rajasthan Royals are playing today, well, we'll wait and see. Okay. We'll go very shortly, guys. Well, I think this game's struggling along here a little bit. The momentum's not quite there. Although it's an important match for, you would argue, Rajasthan Royals. Delhi not so important. The time of the day is not exactly the best time of the day for a reporter. Should have done this later, but that's right. Delhi Capitals middle order has to accelerate smartly. Well, they really, they're a long way. They're 47 up to almost 8 overs. Punt is certainly trying, and they're feeling very, very well. It was good for Tawati, it seems to be getting away. That's now after 8 overs, 47, so it's 24, 32, 40, 48. It's not even 6 and over. It's not even run a ball. 120 doesn't. At this point, 120 is what they're going to be getting, which is pretty poor. The Delhi Capitals may be in danger of being beaten here. Okay. All right, guys. I'm going to talk to you guys tomorrow. Same time. So don't forget, we've got the 170 is a big score car on Shahi, I'll tell you. Delhi Capitals today with Rajasthan Royals. I'm saying Rajasthan Royals, I've got a feeling Delhi Capitals aren't doing as well. So they're a bit mentally not strong there today. And Sunrisers Hyderabad versus, of course, Punjab Kings. Punjab Kings are going to smash them. Sunrisers Hyderabad, I think, again, Warner will get less than 20. Certainly they're trying to score more. It's not working, is it? All right, guys. We'll talk more tomorrow. All the best, guys. So unless you've got any other questions. Hello. Someone's Awash. I was just about to go and you've joined. Just about to go I was, because we've been on for about an hour and 40 minutes. This match at the moment is 2 for 49 for Delhi Capitals against Rajasthan Royals. Rajasthan Royals, you would argue, have a good chance of winning today. And of course, Sunrise Hyderabad, no one can bet on them. No one can give them a hope. The fan supporters there. Will he be coming live tonight's match? Thanks for the stream. Thank you. Well, I'm not sure at this stage. Probably not. Double headers. Normally, it depends on the state of the game if there's anything worth talking about. But the game, I might come on. I'll try and come on. I'll see how we go. It's getting a bit too difficult for DC. It is. They're certainly struggling. DC has great bowling, like even that yes. Yeah, true. Panda's taking moderate risk. Yeah, they need to finish the 20 overs for starters. This is not going to suit the pace bowling though, guys. Rabada and Norjay won't get the same benefits here in this bright sunshine. It's more of a day for spin. Certainly more for spin. All right, guys, we'll talk more tomorrow. Punters taking more risk. Join me tomorrow, similar time. We'll hopefully have an after show as well. All the best. Don't forget to view, like, and share. Okay. Norman, do you think India should change 15-man squad for 20? Yes, we should. Well, Venkatesh, certainly, he looks good. Or maybe even Shikadal, not after today, unfortunately. Yeah, why not change? I mean, I agree. So Norman Koch is my Twitter and Instagram handle. Not on there a lot at the moment. My YouTube channel, Eyes on Cricket, Norman Koch. I hope you're all subscribing and not just listening. And then we've got the, of course, we've got the discussions on both my Facebook and my LinkedIn. All right, guys, I'll catch you all either later tonight or tomorrow. All the best.